Matthew chapter number 12, verse number 38. Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. Verse number 38 is the scribes and Pharisees' poor attempt to give Jesus or Yeshua an answer to the blistering attack he had laid upon them, starting or ending at verse number 37, going all the way back up to what originated it with verse number 22, when he healed the demonic that was afflicted of blindness and could not speak. They said that Jesus, after he did this miracle, they attacked him, said he did this by the devil, the Lord of the Flies, Beelzebub. Christ refuted and proved how totally illogical that argument was. And then after he went through and proved that the devil is not divided, the devil doesn't cast out devils, he went on and he was talking about you're going to be judged by every word that come out of your mouth, because out of your heart your mouth speaks. And God is going to judge every idle word. In other words, scribes and Pharisees, your heart is not correct. So then they come and lay another attack against him, which is verse number 38. Show us, prove to us that you are this big shot from heaven, that you can accuse us. You have to remember, Christ was in his early 30s. These were much older men. I can hear them now. This young buck, who do he think he is? Give us a sign. You know how we hear people say, God, if it's this and that, let the stars streak across the sky. Let the moon turn different colors. Or whatever it may be. But the only problem with them asking a sign from Yeshua is that he had already given them signs and wonders that no one else had done. Let's take a quick look. We already talked about the beginning of this whole conversation where he healed a demonic that was blind and could not speak. But if we go back to the very next chapter, when the disciple of John actually came to him, questioning, should we look for another, or are you he that should come? He went on and said, tell John what you see. The blind receive their sight, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. So when you talk about signs, this was already done in the preceding chapter. So it wasn't a question of them seeing a sign. It was a question of them believing all the miraculous things that had already occurred. Just like the children of Israel coming out of Egypt. God did so many miracles for them, and yet they didn't believe. When they tempted him in the desert, when they tempted God in the desert, they told Moses, is God with us? And that is one of the most idiotic statements, because at that time, God was leading them through the desert with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. You're talking about a miracle standing right there in everyone's view 24 hours a day. So how can you make the statement, if God is with us, when you can turn around and look over your shoulder or just look straight in front of you and you see this fire by night or this cloud by day leading and guiding you? It's not a question of signs. It's a question of belief. And that is what we're going to find out. God, we bless you we praise you and we give you glory. Help us to believe you. Help us to trust in you. Thank God.